Off your mind is okay. Off your mind,
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk through to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, Maiyegun don't come. Him go torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we loud, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. This one not the off in mind, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. And in the touchlight every corner, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Nah. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. See them talk say make we off mind, but thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you loud, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. This one not they off in mind, oh yo yo.
Sorry for the late start. So we won't waste much time from the start now. And I want to ask, I want to implore you to share this broadcast. Invite those that should be here, right? Because Maiyegun
Glory Facebook, glory YouTube. Maiyegun diary, number one. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Maiyegun já wa sí. Maiyegun diary, number one. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Maiyegun diary, number one.
So, good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. This is Maiyegun Live.
Maiyegun diary, number one. Maiyegun diary Politico. Maiyegun diary, number one. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Maiyegun. Maiyegun diary, number one. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹ́kọ̀rọ̀ lẹ́nu. Maiyegun diary, number one. Àní Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ dódódódó. Maiyegun diary, number one. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé.
Share this broadcast.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Lórí Facebook.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Lórí.
Àmọ̀dá oníkòkò.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ọba bá gbé wúrẹ́.
Àmọ̀dá olówó kòkó. Àmọ̀dá olówó kòkó. Yẹ ti rí bẹ́ẹ̀ olówó kòkó. Olówó kòkó or àmọ̀dá oníkòkó.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Kí gómìnà kówó jẹ.
Maiyegun máa bí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ọlọ́pàá ti ń darí pa.
Maiyegun máa bí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin òun.
Maiyegun máa bí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Òkúra olóṣèlú.
Maiyegun máa bí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Mo ti dé o. So, ẹ káalẹ́, ẹ káàsán, ẹ káàárọ̀, ẹ kú dédé àsìkò yìí ní gbogbo bí tẹ́ bá ti wo Maiyegun, which is good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you. From wherever, well, I don't know, from wherever you're watching from. And this is Maiyegun live. But there is this caveat I kind of want to give just before we go fully into this. They're kind of important, just to let you probably not to work yourself up too much. For example, if you are Buhari Din or Buhari Didirin, if you are a Buhari Dinotu or a Buhari Dijatu, if you are if you are a Buhari Shuku, Ngozi Hari, Nneka Hari, or maybe you are just ordinary obedient fool, a sophisticated moron, or an humbled slave. Possibly you may belong to the clan of the cyberbarians that we call the social media bandits and Facebook adsmen. It doesn't really matter. Probably you are just an ordinary Lagos Abobaku, Oshogbu Alimajiri. It doesn't matter. What really matters tonight is that, you see, with these caveats, you don't have to work yourself up too much. Number one, you see, in this life, there are those who are gifted enough to tell you just what you want to hear. There are people who are gifted like that, very good, talented. There are people whose gift is to tell you what you need to hear. Now, it may not actually be what you want to hear. So I belong to the latter group, the group that will say what it is. You may want to hear it, you may not want to, but somehow, like this old music, I don't know how many of you will remember, I don't even know who sang it, right? It was like, whether you like whether you no like whether you like whether you no like the thing be say you go still listen to me. Do you understand that? You will still listen to me because I tend to be one of the kind of blog that tells you what others will never tell you about Nigeria. Something that they are not so proud to say. They say, let's keep it quiet. I mean, you don't need to say all of these things. You don't need to tell the world about what is, I mean, we should be patriot and all that stuff. Some people are not proud. But how do you end a situation that has ruined millions and their lives if you keep doing the same thing and you don't really want to talk about it? One of the problems that Nigeria have is miseducation, misinformation, and then, a deliberate, destroyed education or source of information. It is deliberate. And that is why today, educated people, we hear the word referendum, and they will spark up. Do you want to cause war? It's not their fault. That's how they are raised. Poorly educated Nigerians. But if to say, as I told you, I said, if Nigeria is working, I swear to God, well, it is to the benefit of all of us. One, because it will never be this difficult, right? For people to understand that doing the same thing again and again and expecting a different result, now this baba akwa symptom of a weary. And generation from generation to generation, from one generation to another generation, they are making the same mistake. Poor education. If Nigeria was working, I'll tell you an example of a working country. If Nigeria was working, in 1957, Nigeria or all the components that they call regions came together, got their independence just before the overall independence and declaration of the country as a free independence country and all of that. But what did they sign up for? They signed up for their separate independence before the collective independence, right? Now, a working country would have allowed people to what? To own their own power, which they have the right to share with the rest of Nigeria if it was a country, right? Which means everyone would have been on their own, ruled by their own laws, governed by their own system of government, each region, everywhere. And if they now say, hey, we are tired, Jare, we don't want to be part of Nigeria anymore. Eastern Nigeria want to be independent. You will not see some educated morons, educated cowards, humbled slaves, obedient fools, sophisticated, educated morons begin to speak grammar. According to this section, in the so which section are you quoting? Educated moron. Now you put the section there. Now you write the section. You voted for that section. You the quote because of miseducation, and that is why you are finding it chaos everywhere. Because what you have, is like a bazaar. Everybody is waiting for their turn. Okay? And how do you get your own share? You still have to use the tribal, ethnic, and every other bit you can get to tell people, I am doing this for my people. Iranla, Ira. So I happen to be one of those who will tell you exactly how it is. How does this affect you? Who are those behind this? And I don't belong to the category of prayer warriors. I'm not saying prayer is not good, right? I just believe that when it comes to Nigeria, the prayers for better Nigeria and all the prayers about Nigeria are all fraudulent. You know what I'm saying? It is only in Nigeria. I don't know other African countries. It is only in Nigeria that people will start a meeting where they want to share loot or share or decide on how to rob the people. They will start the program with prayer in the name of the Father, in the name of the Son, in the name of Holy Spirit. We command you to come here and and be in our presence as we decide how to destroy our people. Then they will lie to themselves from the beginning. After that prayer, they will lie to themselves from the beginning to the end. They will now do it with closing prayer. I say, Reverend, please give us prayer, closing prayer. And immediately, everybody will close their eyes. And they will be shouting, they will be saying, Amen, in Jesus' name, in the name of Allah. They will do all of that. The level of that hypocrisy makes somebody like myself never to fall for your fraud. Let us pray. Only God will save us. Let me tell you something. Are you saying you know more than God? Don't you know that God knows? You are mad. If nobody has told you, I am saying it to you now. Now I am somebody who can say that to you without having to care about your feelings that will be hurt. How could you say that to me, Maiyegun? I am somebody who will tell you how it is. Even if your fragile emotion is affected. That is why on every platform, MaiyegunsDiary Politico is for 18 plus only, supposed adults who can think for themselves because they are the truth. The only thing is that I could be very blunt sometimes, or maybe all the time, right? So it is also on this platform I have made you realize that you cannot find yourself in a hole, okay? And rather than you find a way to get out, but you continue to dig, Nigeria is not real. It is a fraudulent creation that does not benefit any one of you. It doesn't matter where you come from. There is no section, there is no part of Nigeria, there is no or any part of Nigeria that does not feel, that is not feeling the marginalization, the backwardness, the underdevelopment. I mean, name it. Yes, they may feel it more than the other, more than another, right? But there is no part. But you know something? I also realized on this platform that despite the fact that I can only just be a conscience, just your mind, something telling you that, well, I mean, I know this is so wrong, but you know, I mean, it's, just look for an excuse in order for you never to be responsible for your own decisions. So what I've discovered is that no matter what I say here, I don't know how many of you who actually know this. So no matter what Maiyegun says here, right, it does not in any way shape or change the mindset of the already humbled slaves. To them, I am actually an enemy of progress. And we used to ask, we say, when we talk about these criminals that you worship and you call us enemies of progress, which of the progress is it the progression of your criminal leaders in impoverishing you that we are the enemies of, or the progress in your lives in Nigeria, in every part, the development that you are enjoying is what exposing these fraudsters is going to hinder? I don't know. But I figure out that what they call the Stockholm syndrome, where the oppressed will eventually, first they will hate their oppressors. Then as time goes by, right, they'll begin to love their oppressors. Because according to the Stockholm syndrome theory, yeah, the people being abused at first, they'll be blaming their abusers as evil, as mean, heartless, cold, this and that, all manner, and they will be ready to kill their oppressor. But when the oppression continues, when the abuse continues, right, then they will begin to blame themselves. Like, oh, maybe I am the one who offended him. Or maybe I was the one who actually annoyed him. Maybe I should try and do something that will not annoy him, so that he will not be abusing me the way he's abusing me. So they now get used to it. So every now and then, when they expected lashes, and the oppressor throw them bread, they just feel like, wow, you see what we are saying? He loves us. They love us. Look, they are giving us bread. Look now, they are not beating us. That means we have been doing something nice. That is called Stockholm syndrome. You get used to them. Then if anybody now comes in to say, this person is abusing you, oh, these things are wrong, they are terrible, the oppressed, the abused will begin to defend their abusers by, what do you mean? Fine, he beats us. It's only when we offend him that he beats us. And sometimes some of us die when he's beating us. But it is because like he's a very, very disciplined man. It's because, but how come you are starving? You are hungry. Well, we are not complaining. And in fact, we have enough to eat. We just don't want to eat much. It doesn't make any sense to be eating anyhow. But your leaders are eating anyhow. Look at them lavishing everything. What are they lavishing? Everything they are doing is for our own sake. Every day they go to bed late. They can't sleep because they are thinking of how to help us. That is what abused people say to defend their abusers. And in this context, you can put Nigerians there. It doesn't matter who they are, whether from the north or from the south, whether the Christian or Muslim, it doesn't matter. In Nigeria, you have chosen your oppressors differently, which I understood clearly. And that is one of the things, that's one of the what do you call it? The guidelines that helps. In every of my broadcasts, because I know my audience. Do you get that? So, on Maiyegun's Diary Politico, I know many of you are like that. And it is typical of Nigerians. They love their oppressors differently. And that is why we say Nigeria is a crime scene. There is no crime that is being committed in Nigeria that is not being committed elsewhere. But you see those crimes, right? If they have never been committed elsewhere, you probably will never know the English name of the crime, just to start with, Abi. But when you look at areas where these crimes happening in Nigeria have happened, and you look at the approach of these people that have experienced this kind of problems in the, even experiencing the problems right now, when you look at the approach of the people in government, in control of the country, their approach towards all those things, and when you look at Nigeria, when you look at the approach of Nigeria, I mean those in charge of Nigeria, you can easily tell now that even if somebody says God could do she will ni tó bá tiẹ̀ jẹ́ wèrè ṣó tiẹ̀ lè ronú once in a while ni kí ló kan God àtẹlẹ́yìí. Anyway, that is why in Nigeria, the sponsor of crime, criminals, kingpin, Baba Saleo, base, the all right, that order, they are those that are controlling the levelers of government in Nigeria. Now, that is very sad because you cannot plant cassava and then go back there with tractor and say you want to begin to harvest, what's it again? Agbado, abi beans, and all that. Sorry, I'll say that again. Like, you can't plant onion, right? And then mobilize other people to say, we want to go and harvest. And they see onions. And you expect them to harvest yam. You cannot give the control of your country to criminals, rewarding criminals, simply because you think God will fix them when you give them the key to your treasury, when you give them the key to your national vaults and the foreign vault, when you give them the security access to your country, when you give them all this control, they can do whatever they want to do with it. At the end of the day, now all of us go suffer them. So back to, if to say Nigeria is working, Shongbo, all this oil that you are hearing now, the whole world will know that if you want to go to the Kuwait or Dubai of Africa, just go to the Niger Delta part of Nigeria. So developed, they've got so much oil money. Oh man, you need to go there, man. The livelihood there, man. Number one, 24 hours electricity. That's guaranteed. Paved road. Well structured schools, well-paid staffs, groomed. That's things that run. They say, where did they get the money? Because them get their oil money now. They say, Dubai has built a 20-story building or 100-story, 100-story hotel, the highest hotel in the world. They say, you need to go to Oloibiri in Bayelsa, go and see what they take oil money do with this level of, you know what I mean? Things. And they say, what about the western part of Nigeria? So that they're Lagos Day. Lagos, Abi. Hey, if you want to go for nightlife in the very coast, close to the coast, and then you are not really bothered about buzzing and all that, right? And they will begin to say, well, if you go to Western Nigeria or more, if you see what they are doing with resources they are making from agriculture, from bitumen, which is also the crude oil, from what they are making from a team. They are this, like people are living so comfortable. The better, best wages. But Baba, if you want to make money, go to Niger Delta and there oil money day. Another thing, if you want to go into livestock, if you know where the beef that feed 200 million people, if you know where the 40% of that is coming from, it's coming from northern Nigeria. Like if you want to see the biggest and the largest meat processing plant, this processing plant, that processing plant, processing things that are being packaged to be sold in Nigeria and to be exported outside Nigeria. Now, if everybody is running their affair, doing their things, everybody is fine. Number one, you no go hate everyone the way you have hated everyone right now. Your criminal leaders made that possible, not me. Do you understand that? They made that possible. And because it benefits them. So if they say the people of Biafra want to leave, people will just say, man, it's just going to make, we need to go and ask them, like, listen, even if you are leaving, all this technology that you have developed, that you have turned Eastern Nigeria to the Japan, China of Africa, like everything, nothing where they make there. With lovely, amazing infrastructures to back them up. You need to see their schools. You need to see their hospitals. Or more, if you are looking, all that kind of description, develop according to your pace, which Nigeria denied all of us. If we have been living like that, number one, you will not hate Nigeria the way you hate Nigeria now. For some of you, where Nigeria don't happen to. To some of you, where Nigeria don't happen to many times, and you are trying to get used to it. Where last you must surrender last no be Nigeria. It go humble you. Ask those who are older than you, who are also like optimistic. This country must be saved. We must work and make our country blah blah blah. Now they are in their 70s. They don't tire. Some of them are like, if they tell me when I did 25, say Nigeria will be like this, say I will be queuing for my pension. I'll become a beggar. I'll be hungry at my old age. I will never believe it. I believe in this country. When we got independence, I was singing, hey, oh, ye, Nigeria, that stuff. Look at them. They are in their 70s now. Nigeria is biting them. You are going to get to that age too. Continue defending them. It will humble you. That's what Nigeria is all about. It will. But the bottom line is that when you reward criminals, through the crimes they have committed against you again and again and again, you are the losers. It doesn't matter. You shame me, you are not doing me. Lord, you and me, Maiyegun, you this Maiyegun, God will shame you. Tinubu will be the next. Like for real, like she own Ronusha. Bokuwari became your president. Look at Nigeria. Look at Nigeria. Every day, you go wake up every morning. You don't get hypertension because you are defending criminals on social media. At your age, 23 years old, they are telling you that you have high blood pressure. Kini age here? On top, you're on top defending the criminals that don't give a damn about you, Abi? Kini age here? You wake up every morning. God will shame you. As you argue for president. Hopeless 2023. Bokuwari became your president. Today, those who haven't japa, they have turned to prayer warrior, Orioke. Some of you have turned to Lebologun at your age, young age. So whatever you choose, now everybody go collect them. But some of us, like say we get some kind of punch proof. Nigeria, they punch you now. If they touch us, ask everybody where they send money to Nigeria. Ask them, they are watching me right now. Confess, so all of you watching Maiyegun right now, whether you are supporting them in Nigeria, whether you are not supporting them in Nigeria, they touch all of us. Now, how much you they send in 2015, you they send now? Tell yourself the truth. Is it the same amount of money you sent back to Nigeria in 2015? Is that the same? Is the same money you were sending to Nigeria in January 2022? Is that the same you are still sending to your family, friends, and the rest? Some of you self, you don't develop a PTSD for social media. You are sitting abroad. Then they shout, I want local. You are saying that enemy of Tinubu. Enemy of Tinubu. This Maiyegun is enemy of Yoruba. Enemy of Yoruba. Auntie. Now, when you are so afraid to pick up your calls, you don't pick on no numbers anymore. Nobody say you are in debt too. Oh, abroad, lower. You are living abroad. You get your job, you are paying your bills. So even if everybody is trying to like get our, put ourselves together in this whole economic crisis as well. But you know that the only thing that gives you sleepless night, you sleep, you are on your bed every night, you can't sleep. 3 a.m. you are up. What is that thing? Nigeria. Mark paro funra. Iwo ma sọ pé Maiyegun. Somehow. As they are destroying your lyra, as it is. Everybody my boss or jat, my boss they won't tell you. I won't tell you, but you will remember that guy. That guy. Whether you are Tinubu, whether you are Tifku, whether you are Obi. I told you, if Nigeria is working, there will be no hatred. There will be no bad blood. There will be no nothing. If the Yoruba says they are going, now the people where they Eastern Nigeria will be reading the news and say, hey, it's like the people of Western Nigeria, the government of Western Nigeria, they are conducting a referendum for the people of Western Nigeria that they want to leave Nigeria. Just the same way the people of the rest of the UK, they read about Scotland, government of Scotland, controlled by Scottish people, that they want to leave UK. Now in the news, break news in nothing where they go do. Do you understand? Nothing where England go do. Nothing where the Wales go do. Nothing the Northern Ireland will do. As part of the UK, now news then go they read. But you see the rogues who benefit from one Nigeria, they are the ones controlling your government from every part of Nigeria right now. And they believe in that one Nigeria, not because for your benefit, but for themselves. But if to say Nigeria is a real place, now the people of Yoruba go they campaign. You will see some of people, they will say, no, we believe in one Nigeria. They are Yorubas. So you see people like Tinubu and co. You will never call them progressives in Yoruba in a normal settings. If Nigeria was to be a country, are you with me? They will be existing politically like they are, like they are regional. You know what I mean? They will be existing in Yoruba land like that. But they won't be in majority. Or they will not be as crude, cold, and ignorant as they are, most of them who are watching me right now. They want to be Yoruba on the first hand. But they don't want to lose Nigeria. So therefore, they can use mouth to hold Yoruba. And they are using, you know what? They are using 2 hands to hold Nigeria. The Tinubu and co. Using 2 hands to hold Nigeria. They are now using teeth to hold Yoruba. Because if they open their mouth, Yoruba can drop, but they will still be holding Nigeria. Now, how do you do that? So if to say Nigeria is a real place, there will be a government in Yoruba land. That people like Tinubu, they will never smell anything like power. I mean, for real. But Nigeria gave them that leverage. The leverage that is given to other political criminals from every other part of Nigeria. Do you understand that now? So for that, the contest for Yoruba nation or Yoruba independence will be between those who wanted to hold Nigeria in Yoruba land and the Yoruba nationalists who want independence for Yoruba. So if they should be controlling the government in Yoruba land, they can declare independence anytime. If the people vote for it, that's it. If Nigeria fight them, it's war. Do you understand? But Nigeria is not real. No, Nigeria is not real. So there's no point in trying to think, oh, that sounds good. No, it only sounds good if Nigeria is a real place. Nigeria is a place where they reward criminals. Do you understand? No matter what you call Tinubu, are you with me? The humbled slaves, the obedient fools, the sophisticated morons. You're just going to make them angry by telling them that Tinubu, the story of Tinubu's drug dealing past. Hang on. The story of Tinubu's drug dealing past is as old as some of you Indomie generation that are now using, hang on. Give me 1 sec, by the way. I want to check what is wrong with this. To some of you, the Indomie generation, so to say, the story of Tinubu, drug dealing, forged certificate, and then a different kind of inconsistencies, which is a story. The story of his life. They are as old as some of your uncles. Make I use that one. Right. Sorry about that. Something is not right because okay. I'll fix that when I get to that point of break. Those are also your leaders, by the way. I'm talking about rogues, criminals, thieves. That is, how could you respect criminals like that? Like, because they are what? Because they are rewarded in Nigeria. So no matter what you say about Tinubu, in fact, to those who are already destined for doom, and the people, I mean, listen, some of you may not see the opportunities that they have taken away from you, okay? And going ahead to back them off, to push them on and defend them and all of that, you are not doing anybody. The only thing is that I just want to make sure, I just want to be sure that just like Bokwari, you won't turn around and then come back and become God will judge. God will not judge anybody because now fake God. Fake, all fake. That God they are telling you to use to pray for your criminal leaders or to pray for Nigeria is fake. All fake. Because it's fake at the same time, because when these criminals, when people who have a drug background, who have been dealing with all manner of, it's in the public domain. It's out there. Do you get that now? You can give different excuses in order for you not to believe that you're actually like defending drug dealers, drug barons. These stories are never going to go away. Listen, even if Tinubu become your president, all throughout his life, even when he dies, they will still repeat that same story because it is his story. It's not going anywhere. So, but you can't then choose them and turn around and begin to ask God to help them. Because your fake Nigeria God, that fake, look at me very well. For 7 years now, I know some of you, Olori Buruku Celebis. Are you with me? You are not really hard to tell. No matter how much some of you try, to put up the best of your photos on social media, it is all written all over you. What in Nigeria they do you is written on so many of you. Even to some of you who are like, even the money they get small change, the suffering, the frustration, the agony of surviving a day and every day in Nigeria. You know it. So it's written all over your faces. Even when you come around and say, where's your father? Where's your this or that? But the point here is this: your fake God that some of you Olori Burukus are praying to, that has refused to speak to you, that has refused to help you. You have cried, you have screamed, you have fasted, you have prayed, but instead of things to get better, now from worse to worse, from frying pan to fire, because it's fake God. You cannot mock God. You, Olori Burukus, cannot be using your everyday to give life to the criminals who loot you, who destroy Nigeria and continue to destroy Nigeria, and are not even able to explain to you how they are going to get you back on track. You cannot continue to give them lifeline. And then you will now turn around and be asking God, hey God, about the mistake. Do you understand? That is why none of them is listening to you. Now God go punish you, this Maiyegun, for 7 years. I know so many of you, Olori Burukus, and some of you who are the newcomers, who have joined them too. 7 years. If you are a newcomer, let me tell you this. Let me tell you. If you are a newcomer, you see, people before you, the Olori Buruku, Ajiya Jess, the suffering and smiling Elebis, the defenders of APC, Egbekegbe, for 7 years, they are praying for something to happen to this boy with this big mouth, so that they can use that as one of the achievements of Bokuwari. Do you know that? They come here and say, you this Maiyegun, you will see what God will do to you. You hate Nigeria. It's because you don't like as if to say, na me be the one where they crash your Naira. Na me be the one that is printing Naira and looting and stealing it. Not me. That is why they pray something happened to Maiyegun. For 7 years, some of them have died. Not physically. Some have died physically. Some have died like spiritual. No, I don't know. Now spiritually, I've been a solely. Because instead of God to use Bokuwari as a thanksgiving for them, to say, see, Maiyegun, we told you. Look at us now. Naira is now 20 naira to $1. Hey, you, Maiyegun, enemy of progress. You never wish Nigeria well. Look at us now. We now have 100,000 megawatt of electricity. Hi, enemy, Maiyegun, shut up your mouth. Ojuti, God has shamed you. We now have a seaport in eastern Nigeria. We now have almost everywhere. You know what I mean? You have nothing to show. And when Maiyegun talk, you say, make God deal with Maiyegun. Instead of your God to deal with Maiyegun, now your fake God, they deal with all of you. So, listen to me. Even if they shoot Tinubu, are you with me? With what they have done to Nigerians, even if they shoot Tinubu, way in the carry bag of cocaine, and it's all over his face, all over him. Are you with me? There are, even in video, show the video. There are people that will say, nah, his enemy at work. Tinubu, maybe he didn't know it's cocaine. Maybe they just told him. You will see somebody, educated person, somebody will go to school. They will sleep overnight and think as, they want to disgrace Asiwaju. How could Asiwaju carry that cocaine? How did they take the picture? You will see somebody that will then come out, educated person, Agbalagba, and he will write jargons. And you will see thousands like him, humbled slaves. They say, hey, even myself, I was thinking, I was looking at that thing. They set Asiwaju up. We must make sure that we improve security around Asiwaju. We must make sure that every substance, everything. In fact, I never even believed that Asiwaju was that strong. Like when he lifted that bag, I was like, hey, Asiwaju is strong, go. He said, but Kamilu Shewere Nieni. I said, when Asiwaju be cocaine, or the cocaine bag, I know, but that you didn't know. You didn't know. From a reliable source, they said there is Asiwaju a Lubo challenge. And somebody brought the bag of Lubo. They didn't know that it was, they set him up. You will see educated people defend that. So don't waste your energy. Don't waste your breath. Any mashori buruku. Ento mashofo. Ento majeya. The people, those that will be unfortunate too. When they, like what they did there since 2015. Whatever they do with Nigeria, now everybody go suffer them. But last, something will just enter caution like bang, go. That's it. Because if you think you are doing me, you are not doing me. Look at me. In 2015. 2015. Look at this. You this Maiyegun, you will see how God will destroy you. You will, because God doesn't destroy good people. Do you understand? For those who believe in God, I know, see, I don't get any religion, no. Sure, you get me now. I don't get any religion because all of you now hypocrisy. Majority of you now hypocrisy, nonsense. Trying to manipulate, and they don't think like that. Let God think for you. You the mad in it. Why you can't give me brain? He give me brain, me I can't make a con sublet that job to him to come out to go and think for me. No. Only let Holy Spirit lead you. Show mad in it. That's why somebody like me no get religion. You can't manipulate somebody like me with something like that anymore. 2015. That's when you prayer warrior, Labe Buhari. Prayer warrior. Jesus said, Holy Ghost, fire, enemy of Nigeria, die. We did one powerful 7 days Holy Ghost Congress last week. You will see what will happen in Nigeria. Oloshi, kilo ma happen in Nigeria. You don't go fast. Hunger, they hold you. You they hallucinate. You say you are seeing vision. I went into trance. They brought that vision. Olofo. Oje confess. Atawe to the bawe and ati to the bank or anything. 2015. When you already Brukus turned to prayer warriors, the Nigeria go better. Enemy of Nigeria would die. £100. If I give you £100 in 2015, now 25,000 naira. Today, if I give you £100, show Martini. 80-something thousand naira ni. 80-something. 80. No. Wow. Kill answer. 100 bay. If I give you £100 now. That's 100,000 naira. Show Martini. How many of your criminal leaders can even look at you and say, oh, you have £100, you know? Because you buy in just in here. And you are still sitting down there, hoping that this Maiyegun, God will shame you. Want to buy you just have no shame. So nobody should see American court. They have released all the details of Amoda Onikoko, and they have released everything. And like I said, I want you know, there's a name, princess. What name do you call these people? We be Onirakatia, Onikokuko son, defender Aye. They are ready everywhere. No. In 2003, they sent listen, all of that will not change the fact that Amoda Onikoko was once what did they call him? He was once the accountant for the drug kingpins that eventually ran into FBI dragnets. How? Now Amoda Onikoko made deal. If no be say Amoda made deal, right? You see this guy, he don't hold now like Amoda. You know his name, He was mentioned in that court case. I told you, Nigeria is a place where they reward criminals. Look at this one. Oh. His name is Muiz Adegboyega Akonde. If you have been reading Tinubu's case, that drug case in America, look at this man. He is from Ibadan. Are you with me? He's an honor. He wants to be an honorable sometimes ago. Because now drug dealers, kidnappers, manipulators, money launderers, they are the rogues who are dressed so fine. They dress in good and they speak good English. They speak grammar. And you say, respect him. You need to respect somebody. Drug dealers. Now this guy be Tinubu's. Now this guy Tinubu be accountant too in America, in Chicago. Sure you get. Now this guy. So you see, it was this guy that they traced, that they arrested. That they traced as moving narcotics into Chicago. So how then they move the money? Now so they find Tinubu and his wife Oluremi, who opened different bank accounts to take proceeds from this guy. Now when this guy go receive cocaine and drugs, from their supplier from South America to Nigeria, then to whatever, to America. Now, when they sell all the drugs and the money from the drugs comes in, this guy want the money to Tinubu. Sure you get. Tinubu was their accountant. Look at his face. There's nothing to hide. His name is in that report. Sure you get. So you see this guy, he will now hand over the money to Tinubu. Now Tinubu will come launder the money. What does Tinubu do with the money? Tinubu is, they said he's an accountant with, whatever they put in his CV anyway. So, and he said he's collecting $1,400 every month as his salary. Tinubu working somewhere collecting $1,400. But how could you, when they collect $1,400 every month as your salary, get like a $1.4 million in your bank, and we see the level the money was deposited and all that, and how much some of them you have transferred away. Now, so they go freeze Tinubu's account everywhere. Now, waiting bring Tinubu into it to laundering money for drug dealers. Sure you get. And in making the deal, he had to give this guy up. He had to give a lot of people up. A lot of people were given up for that deal. Now, they have about 60 pages of that investigation. So I don't want to bore you with all of that because it's needless. It is Nigeria. Sure you get, it is Nigeria, okay? No matter what you say, Nigerians love their criminals, okay? So they will attack you instead of them to say, not true. People where they do this, but they've made their money. They want to come and help the poor because they deliberately made you poor. Your thinking is poor. Your mindset is poor. Everything about you is poor. Some of you don't even understand that. You see that being poor, that they deliberately made you, is a crime. They committed a crime against your humanity. You are a human being, but see what they don't turn you to now. Some of you, they've turned you to psycho animals. People with no empathy, just for survival. Anything where you see you want chop, you want devour. They say, petrol tanker. They say, hey, petrol tanker, don't follow for bridge, yo. You will see people. What's happen now? You are running to a place where there's a petrol tanker fall. You they carry jerry can they run? You won't go die? My brother, stay there. If I get 25 liters, 225 liters, now 10,000 naira. Because of 10,000 naira, you won't go die? Because they have made you rabid animals whose instinct is just about to survive. Therefore, everything that comes to you that is not planned, that you don't want to hear, is an attack. So you can abuse me. I'm supposed to be psychologists. Because the job where they do, therapist, therapist, stroke, psychologist. I'm working through your brain because I want to get through to your heart and to your conscience and open up that your subconscious mind. Keep something there. Anything where you see, if he heal you, come and give testimony here. I am not your enemy. You will do what you will do because you are programmed to do what you are programmed to think what you're thinking. But somehow, one, two people they get out of the old thing. Sometimes say, "Na juju, Maiyegun, na juju." They don't put juju for the meat. They don't put juju for the water where everybody did. Baba no be juju. Poverty be like juju. I swear to God. If you are poor, everyone is going to be suspicious. You are going to be suspicious of everyone around you. Maybe they want to steal your glory. Maybe this person is working against my destiny. I need to pray very hard because they say evil people, you people who live on this street, they know they make them. We, you know those things, they are there. Na poverty, my brother, na poverty. Ask that your friend that traveled 2 weeks ago. The one we don't jackpa. You still they talk to him? Just ask. I say, hey Alex, how far now? How Germany? You know, so you don't learn 2 weeks without to. Share you they pray, sha. About you they do that 5:30. You know that early morning prayer. You know it's very important. Like we do it together when you do here. And tell her, are you praying? You need to pray because you know this foreign land. There are so many evil spirits. There are people who want your. There are people here, village people, where we say that one may you come back with a poly bag. You need to pray hard and tell me what is the tone of your friend when you say that to him or her. Then do this like every month when you talk. Ask them. They will tell you they are praying, but they won't say it with anger like the way you are saying it. For me, Jackie sucking phone. For me, I lost. We went to one video last night, right? And it was just Femi that said we should come. You know me, I don't believe in all these things. You know, I don't believe in all the. And we were just there, and that vision just came. Yes, that somebody just traveled abroad. That this person is, and you know me, I don't believe. But they say we should pray. The anger, the rage, and all of that, when you feel like they want to take, because you always have to suspect everybody. It goes so bad. Poverty goes so bad in Nigeria that people started suspecting their own mothers. Maiyegun, leave that one. I have seen mothers who are like, who have done everything to make sure that their children never make them. I say, I used to believe that too. I swear, I used to believe that. Maiyegun, you see, leave this thing. Now we they stay here. It they happen. We know. Say, I believe you. I'm not arguing with you. Because you're not going to even agree with me. You agree with me that you are poor, but you're not going to agree with me the symptoms and the effect of poverty with your line of thought and what you do and what you choose to think and what you choose to see. And that is exactly where Nigeria wants you to be. That's where they want you to be. Because it not go so me. No light, no water. No security. No. Even picking will be 7 years, don't they talk? I say no light, no water, no security. Something where you they talk when you'd be 7 years old. See, you be 45 years now. 10 years old picking down the talker. No light, no water, no electricity. How do you think you can think straight? How then won't you suspect people? The funniest thing is that when I said everybody's suspecting everybody, you watching me right now, maybe 1 or twice in your life, or maybe you still believe them, there are people they have told you to be very careful of, are very dangerous. So you need to make sure you are very, that their grammar, how do you know that she flies? Don't ask me stupid question, Jare. Pastor saw him. You see that mommy Yinka, that one that is at the end of the road there. You know, she too, she be confirmed. Confirm waiting. Or they ask too much question. They saw her. She was flying like that. See her firstborn. She's a graduate. She has never found she's not found a husband. She's not have a job. Look at their second born. She's 35. She doesn't have a husband. She doesn't have a child. She's rich. They said that what they did was that they changed their kadara. All this nonsense. Now poverty. Now poverty. Go to bed this evening and tell your soul and say, all these poverty thoughts, bringing this heavy thought into my heart. Because you see, the real enemy you have are the criminals who said you should go and pray when they should actually work for you. So if you choose them, you know one thing, easy. Life done easy. And maybe we just they thank God like you. Maiyegun, just thank God, Jare. There are over 170 countries that some of us can go to for different reasons. Do you understand that? 179 countries for different reasons, minus Nigeria. Which means the only effect that some of what you are going to do will make on some of us is that kakakomo ba fi sewolu, kakakomo ba fi ogboju wolu, o ma fi se kini o ma fojokojo eleyin odi ni kolon fun alemi togun. Ṣọlọ́run wálé, ṣọlọ́run tó dá ẹ lóhùn gbà tẹ́ fúnra yín lọ ń gbé poison jẹ yẹn. Ló fẹ́ pé ńgbà tí oró poison bá hold ẹ tán, Ọlọ́run wá gbà wá. Gbá ta ni tó bá kó bọ́ náà show lucky. Kò yẹ, so ṣé mi o. That's like I said, there's nothing to show, there's nothing to see, there's nothing new. Are you with me? Tinubu is a former drug kingpin, money launderer for drug pushers who are also politicians in Nigeria today. How do you think he got the money he was given to the Nadeco then? Some of the Nadeco people, some of them are old now. They are in a ferry. They collected money from Tinubu, drug money. Abacha chased many of them out of Nigeria. Those ones they couldn't chase out of Nigeria, they locked them up in jail. Those ones where we say then lock off a few times, they release them. Now Tinubu drug money, they take care of them. It's called money laundering, cleaning the money. Here you get. America has the details. It's there. He sold his friends to get his plea bargaining. He forfeited part of the money when he was like, well, I could let go this or that, this property or that property. You know what I mean? It's called plea bargaining. You don't make plea bargaining if you are not guilty. Let me tell you something. Sometimes people will say, I made plea bargaining to save the government the expenses of court trial. Now is the legal excuse to say, I know I am guilty. I just don't want to waste your money because I could prove myself right that I'm not guilty. I could prove it that I'm not guilty, even though I know I'm guilty. So anyway, what do? Okay, yeah, we just have to do this or that. This is your road, this is your road. You've helped us. We've nabbed this, we've nabbed that. We've managed to cut down some of these syndicates and all of that. Thank you. Then you just have to forfeit this and that. And okay, fine. Yeah, sure. I want that. I want this. Yeah, sure. Let's cut a deal. That's what America do. That's why I said there's no crime you do in Nigeria that there's no replica of that in any part of the world. And America, are always involved in many of these kind of things, right? Because in their way, it is their interest that really matter. So if tomorrow Tinubu is your president, you just have to deal with whatever they dealt you. I'm talking about having compromise on the leader of your country in something that will say, we don't want to embarrass you. Okay. So just have to let that go. And having history with them, it will easily give in something that the criminals in Nigeria have always been trading for your freedom, trading for your good life, trading for your security, trading for everything that could make you live like human beings, that could make all of us stop hating ourselves. They trade them away with those who could keep them in power. The imperialists, they say, the imperialists, no, they believe all those English nonsense, because the real imperialists are the criminals who speak your language, talk like you, and sometimes they pretend that they are you. Make I take you up where it they happen, talking about politics out there. So again, like I said, there's nothing you will say to these guys that's going to make them probably know the consequences of what they're about to get themselves into. It's just that they will drag all of us into it, but I don't see that happen. That is a talk for another day. But let's go see Atiku. Atiku was in Borno today, ladies and gentlemen. And on the road, it was initially very peaceful. Okay. It was peaceful until that pause. See that small pause before they started, before it switched to something like a clearer place where there are no more people. I'll show you what happened there. Like magical, something we've seen are peaceful. Go away, like magical. APC and Kwakwanso supporter. You saw their flag and you saw the brooms, right? That's Maiduguri, the state capital of Borno. The place with 27 or so local government areas, but only four local government is being controlled by Nigeria. The governor of that state controls just 4 local government areas. The rest of the 23 local government areas in that place is controlled by different terrorists. There's no local government chairman. Everybody meets in Maiduguri. And if you are wondering how they get all of these young people that they mobilize for this, Nigeria have 22 million out of school children. Do you want me to shock you? Sure, you want me to shock you? Now today, I confirmed that out of the 22 million out of school children in Nigeria, up to 1.8 million of them are in Lagos State alone. Yasin, who shocked me. No wonder. Now pretense, all of una they pretend. My kakolon taja ni hold up. You know that boy is he first go to hold up to sell food, to sell something before going to school. Oh, when he comes back from school to go and sell, children are sell 1.8, but say between 1.8 million and 2 million school children are currently out of school in Lagos State alone. Lagos in Nigeria. In Ogun State, they say over 1.2 million or more school children. 1.2 no day school. They're supposed to day school, but they're no day school in Ogun State. Yoruba Lando. When I was seeing all these figures today, I was like, this is not a cook-up figure, or you probably haven't seen it. Or maybe you've seen it, you've hidden it up. Like, it's not true. How did they count them? Now them go, they stone you. Now them go, they take a stick, beat you to death in your sleep because they want to take your phone. Phone, 50,000 naira. They will beat you to death. Because they want to collect an iPad of 500,000 naira. They will shoot you in the head and collect it. Because Nigeria is breeding such. In one single location alone. Now the picture of Alimajiri be this. In case if you don't know what this means. In the truest context. Context rather. They are in Nigeria. What are they going to eat? Cassava, agbado, enwin is grown here.
And we are competing with armed robbers and the bandits to recruit from the youths who are unemployed. 33% unemployed. Recruit 50 million youths into the army and take away from their recruitment source. What they will eat? Cassava, agbado, corn in the morning, yam in the afternoon. It's growing here. You create demand and consumption. For over 5 million army of boot camps, we create our food. That's money for the farmers. That's consumption for the soldiers and skill development. Don't call them by illiterate. Don't talk about illiteracy. Anybody who can own gun, who can handle gun, who can cock gun and clean the chamber and cock and shoot is technically competent to repair a tractor in the farm.
You get that? Just a moment.
70 years old man. Is that you? Jesus is Lord.
Eti Muhammad Abakana ya ce a yi maka apology na musamman ba shi da lafiya bai samu zuwa ba Allah ubangiji ya ba shi lafiya. Yanzu za mu kira jagoran talakawa maganin masada.
One nation, one Nigeria. I take a stand now for a better tomorrow. Economic will be good again. Leadership for justice and fairness for us. Empowerment to the women and hope for the youth. And now security for Nigerians.
fara zambure baki wani albadari na shirin ya karjaki wani kaya mala shi ke ja an kada murawa wa jajaja kujeru za a fara jayin ja bakar mutuwa da yar kaja bana duk ya arewa sai baba gishiri ba san kunu ne ba shi ma jana da ba za ya musa ba na ga kyanwa tana ganin kosai amma za mu ba ta tattasai alakai mu lokaci ta dalla sai fana kafadar ku za ta daura sai kun taɓa ba ku shirya ba
yayi ka tsaya
70 years old man.
Jesus is Lord.
Well, that was my break, by the way. However, I decided to take you straight to Maiduguri. After that stoning, after all of that, they finally arrived at the venue where their supporters were waiting in Maiduguri. And I think it is ideal, just like I did there for some, right, to let you probably hear what Atiku told them in Maiduguri. But just before Maiduguri, you know, there's so much going on within his party. I think we should hear him first in Maiduguri before we go into that. Take your time. If you understand that Usa have been a fufu day, that's the first 2 minutes of it, okay? Sorry, I can't fast forward it. But listen, from Atiku in Maiduguri.
Borno to Nigeria fa na so mutanen Abuja su ji Nigeria fa to jama'an Borno assalamu alaikum. Da farko muna so mu gode wa Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wanda ya ba mu ikon haruwa a nan baki ɗayanmu. Na biyu muna so mu gode muku jama'an Borno magoyan bayan PDP za ku kawo canji. Kun yi alkawari za ku kawo canji. To ku tabbata wannan lokacin wannan shekaran wannan karon kun samu PDP a Borno daga sama zuwa ƙasa, daga ƙasa zuwa sama. Kun ɗauki alkawari? To bayan mun shigo Borno mun je mun gaida mai martaba Shehun Borno. A jawabin Shehun Borno ya nemi abubuwa guda 3 zuwa 4. Kuma ni a matsayina na zaltal mana Borno na ɗauki alkawari a gaban Shehun Borno abubuwan da ya nema dinnan idan mutanen Najeriya sun zaɓe mu za mu aiwata su a Borno. Insha Allah. Dame ya nema ya ce da farko yana so mu tada Chad Basin Authority. Lokacin da nake aiki a nan Borno, Chad Basin Authority tana aiki, ana noma, akwai ayyuka, manoma suna noma, akwai arziki. Na ɗauka mar alkawari idan Allah yadda kuma kun zaɓe mu za mu farfado da Chad Basin Authority. Na biyu ya nemi mu dawo da zaman lafiya. Sai da zaman lafiya ake kome. Don haka muka ɗauki alkawari a gaban Shehu cewa in Allah ya yadda za mu dawo da zaman lafiya. Ban ga dalilin da yasa za a samu rashin zaman lafiya a Borno har wannan lokacin ba. Na uku, Shehu ya nemi mu tabbatar da mun gyara hanyoyin jihar Borno da kuma wanda ya haɗa jihar Borno da sauran jihohi kuma da ƙasashe. Kun yadda? To idan Allah ya yadda, idan kun zaɓe mu, mun ɗauki alkawari za mu cika wannan alkawari na hanyoyi. Na hudu, abinda Shehu ya nema daga wurinmu shine mu tabbatar da mun kawo ayyuka ga matasa maza da mata a jihar Borno a North East Bakwai. Baya ga wannan, baya ga haka, in Allah ya yarda, farfado da haka mai da aka soma a jihar Borno aka daina, mun ɗauki alkawari za mu tabbatar da wannan kuma an yi shi don Allah ya yarda. Mai martaba Shehu ya ce don Allah don annabi mu tabbatar da sauran ƙananan hukumomi a Borno sun sami wutan lantarki. Mun ɗauki alkawari za mu yi waɗannan abubuwa duka idan Allah ya yarda, idan kun zaɓe mu. Waɗannan da kuka zaɓa shekaru 7-8 da suka wuce, kun ga abin da suka kawo muku. Sun kawo muku yunwa, rashin zaman lafiya, rashin aikin yi da sauransu. Don haka jama'ar Borno, yau mun ɗauki alkawari tsakaninmu da ku, idan kun zaɓe ni ga waɗannan abubuwa in Allah da za mu yi su. Kun yadda? Kun ɗauki alkawari? Kun ɗauki alkawari? Kun ɗauki alkawari? To Allah ya ba mu ikon cika wannan alkawari. To bari in takaita abubuwan da na faɗa. Mun saurare ku, insha Allah. Mun saurare ku, insha Allah. Da kyau.
Jama'a, in Allah ya ba mu sa'a, waziri da ni kaina za mu cire harajin Botma. Mun ji bayani ku gaba daya. Mun gode.
To, jama'a Borno, bari in takaita abinda na faɗa a cikin Turanci. My fellow citizens of Borno State, when we arrived, we paid a courtesy call to the Shehu of Borno. And in his address, he requested us to attend to about 4 or 5 issues that are the problems in Borno. One of them, he requested us to restore peace and security of the state. And we promised him that by the grace of God, if PDP is elected, we shall restore peace and order in Borno State, not only in Borno State, throughout the country. Secondly, he requested us to make sure that we reactivate Chad Basin Development Authority so that our farmers can go back to farm, so that we can produce food for our own people, and so that we can also reduce unemployment. And we promise him on that. He requested that we should make sure the local governments are supplied with power or electricity, which we promise we will do so. Again, he requested that we should reactivate the exploration of oil and gas in the Chad Basin, which we promise we are going to do that by the grace of God. So the people of Borno,
we thank you very much for this reception, for this support. We look forward to the day you will vote for PDP. Enough of hunger, enough of insecurity, enough of unemployment, enough of suffering. Do you agree? Do you agree?
Sorry that I just jumped from one podium to another podium, from Maiduguri to Makodi. Now, dear Obi met with his own obedience today, campaigning. And here is a clip from that too, just for your own view. You only.
Government, if I don't do it, say this man will say. First, what did I tell Nigerians be saying? I want to be president of Nigeria. I'm a Nigerian, and I want Nigeria to hold me responsible if I don't come around Nigeria.
Anyway, that was from Benue, where Obi and Obedience also did same thing. They were, Atiku and Co. did in, Maiduguri. They want to rescue Nigeria. I want to rescue Princess will be like, I want to rescue his son. Abina Lady Abby, is that you that uses that? I want to rescue his son. Come and rescue his son. But you know something? The way the whole thing is going, it seems that even Obi don't take him serious. And here is what the parameter shows, which gave us, those of us that are saying that, do you want to put your wager on there will be no election in February 2023? The odd is going to be 8. No, which one is good? Is it when it's more? Or is it when it's not more? Okay, I'm going to use more. So the odd that there's going to be an election in Nigeria in February 2022, conducted by this roguish APC, Egbekegbe. You can say it is not 50-50. You will say it is between 3 and 10. So 3 to 10. Very slim. So which means, no, sorry. I think it should be 8 to 10. So I don't know. How do you do that betting, that gambling, that will show that if there is election, because you predict that there won't be, you lose your money. But if you say there will be, I mean, if the HOD says there will be election and you say there will be none, right? As it is right now, the HOD, to some of those who are printing posters, who are printing forms, doing advertisements, jingles, raising money, collecting money, there's going to be election. So the HOD that there's going to be election to many of them is that it is I. Now to you, gambler, this one is for sure bet. So your own, the HOD is going to be like, what is the odd that there won't be election? So the odd is going to be 1 to 10. No, there will be election. Do you understand that? So go and put £100 on that. Go and put £200, 1,000 and all that. There will be no election in February 2023 in Nigeria. Okay. And all the pointers are going to show to that very soon. Okay. It's not because, we don't want, like, even though we don't, I don't. That's pure waste of time and revalidation of your slavery, so to say. But it's like ritual. If you don't do it, you're going to feel like, you haven't injected your heroin. It's like drug addiction. That's what they have built you to believe, that it's going to solve it, but it's not going to solve it. You just do it like ritual. Sure you get. So what is the HOD that you're going to have that election in February? The HOD is that, is 80 to what have you, to some of you, but to us, it's going to be like, what is the other? There won't be. The odd will be 1 to 10. Let me go back to YouTube. I've got some smart people there who knows how this. So there are 130 election, 130 odd, no election, 10 odd. 1 to 10 is like there's the fact that I don't know. I think you get it. You get what I'm saying, Abby? So there won't be any election in February 2022. But you will get a postponement first. That's what they will throw in. Postponement. Because number one, the insecurity and even what is still to come before then. But you see, when Obi that you have seen is followers who is relying, Obi is relying on the millions of young and some old people who want PDP and APC gone. So he's relying on them. Goodwill, free will. He doesn't have to pay them. He doesn't have to do much work. All he has to do is just to make himself available for them. Just be available. We will deliver you. So he's relying on them. Atiku is relying on the damages that Boko Haram has done, which, according to some of the political elite from northern Nigeria, Boko Haram's time as Nigeria president, as northern Nigerians done, is a waste. But it's not a total waste in the sense that they benefited individually more than ever. Now, if they really wanted what they wanted for the North to be achieved, they need somebody like Atiku. Kwakwanso could have been an option, but he couldn't pull what Atiku will pull. So Atiku is relying on the natural fear of the political awakening that is currently going on in southern Nigeria, which is a threat to the northern political elites, who are the owners of Nigeria, by the way, and their lackeys. So Atiku will have to promise them that it's going to keep power for them. It's going to be in their interest. It's going to build whatever Boko Haram promised that he couldn't do, and all that stuff, okay? And they have the number if they give it to him, right? Peter Obi naturally is going to get the support of the Eastern Nigeria, the Niger Delta, and the rest of those areas. These are the natural, the natural harvest ground for PDP. Now, it's not going to be available anymore. So at the end of the day, the hope of any of them Tinubu is relying on the Muslim fanatics, the terrorists up north, and some of these corrupt Islamic criminals there too, who have sort of soiled their fingers, stained their own hands with blood in most cases. So they need protection and assurance that they are never going to come under any prosecution or investigation. So they will deliver for him. All they have to say is that they don't want any infidel to lead them. And in Tinubu, somehow, maybe they can trust, which they don't trust him, which is what Atiku is banking on that. They don't trust Tinubu. Kano don already collapsed. Ganduje is just collecting his own last cash out from Tinubu. So to some of them up north, right, APC has no way. But somehow for Tinubu, they just have no choice but to deliver for APC because they have the incumbency, they have the INEC, they have the police, they have the army, they have some of you, the humbled slaves, obedient fools, sophisticated morons, the Buharidins, the Buhari Diderins, the Buhari Denotus, the Buhari Dijatus, the Buhari Shukus, the Ungo Ziaris, the Unekaharis, and all your clans of Esai barbarians, including some of your uncles and aunties abroad. They don't vote. Some of them will come back and vote. Some of them will in fact send money to feed you what you are going to eat that day, so that you can go and print your destiny away. At the end of the day, so Tinubu has a bit of his own base is relying upon. So last, there is none of them that actually will have any national coverage to deliver them. So what would they need? They will need to rig. Now, your 2023 election is going to be the most followed election in Nigeria history. It's going to be the most scrutinized election in Nigeria history. It's going to be the election that is going to attract the world attention more even than American election. Just wait for it as it's coming and all of that. So because of this, and you say you have beavers, or what will be that thing you say you get? Beavers, so by the time the results start coming in, and you realize that all of these have failed you, if Tinubu and group APC Egbekegbe lose power, like when Bokwari lost it in 2011, and they killed over 400 people. How many of you even remember that? That they killed over 400 people? Bauchi and some other places up north, over 439 people were killed because Bokwari lost election. 11 youth service corps were killed, right, by Bokwari's mob. So when APC lose, right, you see the Lagos Abobakus, the Lagos Agberos, all those ones, we don't get job, they don't get work. Okay, you get me now? You will see them graduated from LASU, graduated from Laspo Tech. They don't graduate from anywhere. It's a bunch of Agberos, thugs. Okay? And most of the time, right, this is their life. This is their life. If you take all this away, this is it. They will turn to Boko Haram. Because what do you want me then they chop? Now, if Tinubu make all the northerners. So I'm not the one, I'm just saying, just so you know the people you are dealing with. Make all the northerners within Lagos. We get small, we don't get too much load. The men that don't announce that Tinubu don't lule. Mokuna they find the next day and Aganambo moto. Kennedy Shuku Abina Alhamdulillah Akbar of Kano. Anything where they go anywhere, they follow them. You know what? You see all these Abobakus, they will blame you. They will say, now you betrayed Tinubu. They will say the North has betrayed Tinubu. They're supposed to deliver him. That's why they did this. So they have, you know what I mean? Just leave. I'm just giving you this ahead. Once Tinubu win, they say, and Tinubu be your winner and all of that. Mokuna, just relax, okay? No wahala. If anything should happen, now then go blame. If Obi, if they say Obi no win, not if Tinubu win, you see all these Lagos Agbero and the rest of them, you will be now then you go to hear Awala ni federal. Awala ni federal. Now we get federal. Anybody will do anyhow, go see anyhow. Then they will begin to actually carry out all the threats that they have been waiting all these years to carry out on Igbo people in Lagos State and in Yoruba land. It go be like, say, Omo, is this really happening? It go shock you. You know what? And if they can't declare Obi, now Tifku, Tinubu, Shitima, and the rest of them go team together, make all Igbos just leave northern Nigeria. Even if you don't believe in Biafra, Mokuna, they try, check the Google map and see where your village be. And check. So where's that our Anna Mama village again? That's my Mama village. I've never really been there. I've only been to Oka. I want to go to them. You better start checking map. They talk about northern Nigeria. You call yourself one Nigeria. You call yourself, I'm a Nigerian. I live all my life. You didn't say you didn't. You see the rogues in charge of Nigeria today, the extremists, the terrorists in charge of Nigeria. They will not regret smothering you, or they will not regret, wasting you just to prove their age. Why did you kill them? Why did you kill them? Oh, there's no reason. We just thought we should kill some people because, like, how dare they make an infidel man the president of Peter Obi president? He's president of Yoruba. He's president of Southern Nigeria. And so you go no say you have been lying to yourselves. And the whole thing is mutual because you have been lying to yourselves. For the first time, you have an Igbo man, Yoruba man, Hausa man, Fulani man. Who else is contesting again? You have all of them who have come from everywhere in a polarized country like Nigeria. And for the first time, PDP, APC, they are not going to find it smooth sailing anymore. Whether they can't make deal later or not, now they're your own rage and anger. Now your own go last. I'm talking about the obedience. You know, say now own, now natural, organic. So I just love Peter Obi because it's going to make Nigeria great. Hi, right. Hi, right. So somebody goes there because they don't ring they don't ring Obi. Obi no even sit all do. You can't say, oh, this one a pure ring now. Because they don't throw ballot box away for here. They don't bomb ballot for there. Heineck don't say nothing where they do. Blah, blah, blah. As a DOD can turn overnight. Now, Nigeria. Now, go they pretend say you are shocked. I am so surprised. Who are you lying to? Tell them pretend if surprising. Which of them? It won't know surprise. Which of them is surprising? Which of anything happening in Nigeria is surprising to you? Or about pretending? I'm so shocked. Shock, Itani. Niluti no. Not to no get like they say something they shock. It's so shocking. Shocking, Kenny. I won't pretend. I'm saying this now because even the owners of Nigeria can no longer hold it. But last, I'm up by the trenches. There's solidarity for it. Even gone. And yes, solidarity forever. We shall always fight for our rights. Soli. Baba, you should be careful of who they do soli with you. Because I see the march, as they march you solidarity, so kiri, like that. Like as they move you to kiri. The same way they shout soli, we shall. They are marching them to food canteen. Now them say make them go mobilize you, come. So you know that thing. People they do comrade. Now come and raid. Some of them be. But last we go meet for trenches because now one lesson all of us go learn. One single lesson, and it is called Nigeria lesson. These guys have overplayed their tricks. They are old. They are playing, they are wasting away. I mean, they are already passing away. You get what I mean? They're like they are already like expiring. So if you put your life in their hands, if you put your future in their hands, of course, they go teach you a lesson. Show load stupid ni. Emi ni wove victorious. Na me emi ni wove ma victorious. So minimum share. Now they tell you say na me they do you. Don't worry. Now, one lesson all of us go, including people where all of them are where they cause them every day. Now, we're going to go kill them. Now, Thunder go kill them. Or Denier, see, now all of us go meet for the trench. Now, one lesson we go learn. And that lesson, I want Peter one we say, if you swallow them, I believe if you swallow anything, let me say Nigerians will swallow anything. They believe. I tell them, say, you see where they come for 2023? You know go if you swallow them. Chance of go like bodomini. Nobody will go swallow do. No. Omodo is the best to abi. Wait till the color. Omodo is best to abi. This thing self. Omodo say you shall get omodo poo. Pounded yam. That's the You know if you swallow am, may you bend. Allah won't be that. Oh, le baby go bend. O ma duro ni. That's the lesson Nigeria will teach us. All of us. Less stupid. Last, you go meet for the trenches. You go chase these guys out of town. You will see yourself do things you never believe you will do. Then go teach you how to. Now, talking about lesson. I just sit down for here where I see somebody abuse the governor of Bayelsa. He posted something on social media. A freeborn citizen of Nigeria. Last, But I like the fact that social media helped him. You go first pity him, finish this video and tell me say you still dey. No, I take that back. Because injustice to one is injustice to all. This one sometimes will be like so, but be like say this injustice self na justice. So I need go alati madi. You know.
On your mandate I shall stand. On your mandate I shall stand. On your mandate, Bola, on your mandate, Bola.
That's in when Bola mandate. Nimba yesa. Now you they take carry and go prison. He did prison, they give him phone, me call him family. He did record video. Oh yeah, man.
On your mandate I shall stand. On your mandate I shall stand. On your mandate, Bola, on your mandate, Bola, on your mandate I shall stand. Your victory is our hope. Your victory is my hope. Your victory, Bola, your victory, Tinubu, your victory is my hope. Even in prison, I remain faithful to the APC. I'm a progressive. There is no amount of oppression that will make me to abandon or dump the APC. I remain a progressive. I remain a dedicated member of the APC. I remain a serving Policy Secretary of Glukuma APC. No amount of oppression, intimidation will make me to change my mind from supporting the APC. And come next year, Tinubu will win with a very wide margin. Tinubu, Bola, Shatima, on your mandate, I stand. My name remains Bobby Ugo.
On your mandate, Bola, on your mandate, Bola, on your mandate, we shall stand. On your mandate, we shall stand. On your mandate, we shall stand. On your mandate, Bola, on your mandate, Bola, on your mandate, we shall stand.
APC. Anywhere like we look for Junua Princess and then Larry, if you are watching, there are some people here we do some psycho, internet transmitted psychoanalysis. We look for you in Nigeria. And you can choose we rating one. So about hypertension to or if you go get hypertension because of this Nigeria, this or that, Baba. Will die too young, Guinea. See that one where they sing for prison. You know, when I was watching it, it was like, you know what came to my head? Whether Bengadebo is a classic. And all of that, I say, Ibo lokuti ode, Amadeboye, and one lokuti ode. Moshuari lokuti owo, and one lokuti ode. Is it that one? In faith. So if you go through the valley of the shadow of death, if he screamed Tinubu 3 times, mandate. I'm happy for him because after that video, then release some more. He said something about the governor. Maybe he called the governor thief or something like that. They because make it go lock him up. They don't lock the guy up for like for months. Injustice to one is everywhere. And everybody they collect everywhere where you turn, you go collect your own. You turn left, you turn right, everywhere. And it's not ending. It's not going to end. That is my own verdict. However, talking about PDP Wahala before I round up. Meanwhile, I've got something here. See, I'm going to take calls, okay? I've got a voucher. I have a voucher. I'm going to give to just one person. Yeah. It is valued at £75. If you're a wine drinker, if you're somebody who loves wine and drinks wine, okay? If you call in tonight, it's from the UK. So I'm going to ask you, do you drink wine? Would you like to give yourself and the missus or give yourself and your partner a treat from Maiyegun. So it's valued at 75 pounds. You can get yourself a bottle of wine. You can get yourself a bottle of champagne, any nice wine. And you can just, all you have to do is to go to Naked Wines. I've got 75 pounds voucher. I'm going to give to someone, okay, tonight. Also, to the friends of Maiyeguns in Nigeria, I'm going to do our, I don't know what to call it. Don't even know. Don't worry. I'm just going to do that our cash transfer stuff this coming week. So, which means that you should be on the lookout. So, talking about money, just yesterday, the news broke that Atif could not get money for election. And because they don't get money, they haven't released money all this while. And because they haven't released money, the leader of the Atifku's campaign, Udom of Akwa Ibom, right, released some footage to show that they said he was going to resign. Then he was like, no, he just released some footage that Omo, I'm donating this to Atifku. Money is not our problem. Akwa Ibom, whether they collect oil allocation, now the craze, it's not leaving Atifku, he said. To show it, he shared this. And after this, I'll take you to Bala Muhammad, another person that is about to join the Super Five with a wiki, Makinde, Autumn, Ekpeazu, and Ugwai. They're about to have 2 new members. Well, maybe not. Udom has denied. And Bauchi, Bala Muhammad. I also met with a wiki. And the final one, Omo. Autumn don't apologize to Atifku. But first thing first, Akwa Ibom money for Atifku. You know that 2 days ago in Benue, where the wiki led the Super 4, or let me say Super 5, including himself, to go and meet the Super 1 of the Super 5, Autumn in Benue, to give him their support and tell him that no shaking, if anybody try anything, they go say anyhow, money day, you want money. I think it was when they showed Autumn waiting wiki carry come Benue. Autumn just say to hell with Atifku and any fool I need that tell me not to. But it didn't take long, right? Before he changed his words. But before that, like I said, somebody made a move to tell the Super 4 or Super 5 that you see waiting, you see Atifku, they do you. When you talk, say we know if you trust Atifku, he cannot be trusted. He don't do me. Atifku, they call him say unifier. But they tell Jega and the rest to overthrow me, to put another person in, support another person. Which level now? Atifku is not, you know what I mean? I just went to see him. I just came to see you too. But in that meeting, you know one thing? He actually got Autumn to apologize to Atifku. It's quite interesting. Anyway, if you can watch it, okay? Just about 3 minutes.
My dear brothers and sisters, we came here to solidarize with our friend, the governor of Bauchi State. I know he's running election for a second term. And what we are doing, that those who are our friends to go and meet them, find out how things are with them, how they are doing, how's the election going. This period is a period you must identify with your friends
Luckily, for 4 of us who are here, we are no longer running for second term, even though they are running for Senate. I'm the only one who's not going for any election after I failed the presidential primary, even that defeated Kauran Bauchi. So, straightforward thing, nothing more but to fraternize with him, find out how things are with him. Other areas we can discuss, we should help in terms of advice is key for us, because what affects him affects us. And that is why we came, nothing more than that, just to say how you are doing, how you are planning. By the grace of God, I know you have done well in Bauchi, and the people of Bauchi will still vote for him to come back for a second term. So thank you, gentlemen, and God bless you.
And you know who is our leader? The executive governor of Rivers State. He is a natural leader. Today I'm very, very happy to receive my brothers, the governors of the G5. They call themselves the Integrity Group. I am supposed to be with them, but they excommunicated me for some reason best known to them. But I am highly connected with them, each and every one of them. There is hardly a day that I don't call or speak to one of them. Because in politics, you go with the people you share things in common. This presidency that we run, that my brother was defeated, but he defeated me, has brought us close. And of course, at the Governors Forum. And the one thing I appreciate with them is that they look at your challenges. They are not going back for second time, all of them. But they are always worried. Their own particular ideas, their principle may be slightly different from me. But certainly I bear and feel their pains as much as they do feel my own pains. We share so much in common. They know I have challenges in Bauchi, the challenges of antipathy, the challenges of undercutting, some of the treachery and mischief. But of course, politics is about all this. And when you know that you have people behind you of that stature, of that caliber, you feel fulfilled. So I'm happy they're here. I will have the opportunity of confiding in people that I believe I can confide in. Some of my worries, my fears, my apprehensions, and that of my state. So I'm happy that we came, because some of those things may not be said on the telephone. But to say that as PDP members from the same family, I always see you as my fellow comrades in this journey of life. We thank you most sincerely for taking the trouble to come on behalf of myself, the government and people of both state and the PDP family for this show of solidarity. Thank you very much.
Politics, they are for the same party. They are supposed to be the same party member, but you know everything don't scatter. Unify, I don't feel unify anybody. Sure you get. But I say B, some of you actually you are believing that something good could come out of this, guys. That is where the trick is, right? Some of you actually, I like what Wike is doing. I like what they are doing. What do you like about what they are doing? Do you know what they are doing? Right? Or you just like them, everything just scatter. Okay, maybe you are just like me. You're just like me, right? Let them tear themselves, you know. Like, you know. And then the weakest, I mean, once they are done, even the strongest will become weakest. And it will make our job easier if we have to defend ourselves against them, right? Yeah, but there's nothing to like. It's just their way. And somehow they have a way of surviving it. Just to do this again, and again, and again, and again. Well, anyway, I don't believe in them, and I don't have the time to actually have an emotional attachment or something to them. But Otto, apologizing to Fulani because of what he said, which is not bad. If people feel like, okay, I'm a Fulani, how could you say that I'm hot? And you are interested in Nigeria, you are benefiting from one Nigeria, and you are looking forward to benefit from one Nigeria. Baba dọ̀bálẹ̀ kò ní kó má bínú. Ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ń jẹ lábẹ́ wọn, ya dọ̀bálẹ̀ kò ní kó má bínú. My own forefathers were like, kàkà dọ̀bálẹ̀ fún Gàmbàrí, ká kúkú bínú kú, wọ́n ní ká rọ́jú kú, Awólọ́wọ̀ ló sọ ní ká rọ́jú kú. Rọ́jú kú yẹn ni pé ó ṣe kúkú lọ ṣọkùnrin. It's sad, isn't it? So it's a choice, okay? Listen, don't take it too personal, all right? If you feel like you say anything or you do something that you feel like, oh, I shouldn't have done that. No, that's too much. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean it that way. Even though I feel so bad, and you know what I mean, but I didn't mean to say that. That's healthy. But in the case of Nigeria, he didn't lie. He said the truth. But somehow, putting Fulani in it makes those of them who are the Fulani terrorist sponsor in Nigeria to even make his life even more like, man, no more. You get mine, though. Autumn, hey, Autumn, you get mine, though. I know if you try that nonsense. I know if you try Amo. You say to hell with Atiku, to hell with all Fulanis. Where would they shop for Nigeria? Nobody in Nigeria make you billionaire. No, because you Fulani go destroy you. They not go forgive you. You they chop for Nigeria. You they help them abuse Nigeria. You they mad. About quickly change voice. Say no be waiting. I didn't really mean it that way. Now so shall I enter? Oh yeah, shall I you? Wiki, let Wiki first talk. Wiki, you first talk.
That we are here for reconciliation. We have never closed the door for reconciliation. All we are saying for equity, fairness, and justice. That's not. In fact, that is the hallmark of what PDP stands for equity, fairness, and what? Justice. We are here. We have never closed door, and we will not close door. All we are saying, look, let the right thing be done. If the right thing is done, you will see how the whole place will be. The whole country will know that the election is over. This is the bedrock of the party. This G5 you are seeing, we are the bedrock of the party. So we will not close the door for reconciliation. We are open for reconciliation any day, anytime. Thank you. And I want to say that was not what I meant when I was captured saying that. But all the same, I know that it will amount to logical fallacy if people have taken it the way I did. But I want to say to those who are offended by my remarks, I didn't mean that. I'm sorry about it.
So, Autumn said he's sorry because he was misquoted. That's something that media does all the time. Like, oh, I didn't say it that way. Autumn, you were not misquoted, okay? I know it can be very tough sometimes, okay? And then you can try and be a man and say, well, okay, fine. I'm so sorry if you're offended, but no, you're not misquoted. You said the right thing. You were angry. You gave your reasons, and you said people were telling you to never said the way you were saying it and all that, and offended you. So you said, to hell with Atifku. This is what you said. We are not misquoted.
We are plucked by Fulani henchmen.
And they sent him a message to tell me that as long as I maintain the prohibition of open grazing, they will continue to do this. Another man's hand was chopped. He's still in the teaching hospital. You can go there and see him. And you want me to be celebrating Fulani men? To hell with Atiku and any other Fulani man who says I should make this. And any man supporting Atiku here and all that is an enemy. I want this to be known. As long as I'm governor, and except my people tell me that, look, withdraw from this. If you want to be slaves to the Fulani men, you can go there and be slaves. I can never be a slave. It's better I die than be a slave to any Fulani. What are we talking about?
He knows what he's talking about. We heard you loud and clear. Sorry. Maiyegun, why are you talking like that? Come on, talk clearly. I know. It's just trying to mock, like, I'm not even good at it. So don't think it's funny. It's not. I'm not trying to be funny. I just want to speak in high tones. Like, well, it is what it is. Politicians, it not matter. If you push on too much, you go tell you say the doctor the video. But it doesn't matter. Nothing really matters. Don't give yourself hypertension because of these guys. They're going to do what they're going to do. As you are watching Maiyegun here right now, then they do meeting everywhere over you. Now you go come accept whatever they do. But if you don't listen to them, right, maybe all of this will never happen. Like, they won't have to happen anyway, because most of them won't happen. They won't happen if you don't encourage them or push them. Okay, I'm going to stop here, okay? I'm going to take calls so that I can keep all my voice the way I want it, okay? But as it is, Autumn don't apologize. All the Fulani men, me could not forgive Autumn, okay? That did not rule out the fact that Fulani armed terrorists have killed tens of thousands of innocent people, including children, in Benue State in the last 7 years, which, well, God did not stop. You get what I mean now? And God is not going to come down to stop it. Whether you want to try to make it look like, don't talk about it, just say terrorists, almost madini. Fulani armed terrorists, they kidnap people. They tell me, say, make I no offend you because you show Yahweh in Ahmed's voice. Show Shireni. Wow, who even gave you that chance? Maybe they are even the show wine mini. Fulani terrorists kidnap people I know, kidnapped other people who survived them. You can't tell me, say, now only Fulani show madini. Show wine mini. So you're gonna go man wine. Wow, we know the terrorists and we know those who are copycats too. If the government is doing their job, possibly would have known more people from other tribes or ethnic nationalities in Nigeria doing this. And I've never seen any Edo kidnapper with their arrest. I have never seen any Yoruba kidnapper with their arrest. They can't say order from above, say me they leave them. I have never seen one. I know of many Fulani terrorists arrested across Nigeria. They know the last 24 hours. You know that. So show wine meaning. Show my wine one is alone. Some people can so Fulani terrorists. Can so terrorists. Show wine meaning. Abu Yahweh ni. Oje bodo jabu Yahweh. Like show my wine one. Now when have you talk to you like one hour say I show mummy shereni. Which level say I know, don't let us ethnicize it. Don't let us show wine meaning. Would they Larry Jelokpoti me I they come back. I go take calls. If you they drink wine, if I offer you my wine voucher, just tell me you like it. Let me take the picture so that if you call in and you are the person who wants the 75 pounds wine voucher, I still have wines, right? Can you believe that? I still have wines, bottle of wines that we use for sorry for the poor quality. If you are the one I send this picture to, please don't just pick up the code. After picking the code, pick up the password of the code and go to that website, okay, and order yourself maybe one bottle. It doesn't matter, okay, even if it's going to be 5 bottles, of wine. You can even have a wine party. Courtesy, MaiyegundsDiary Politico. I'll give it to you. So, Larry, make I go make another tea, right? And when I come back, okay, I've taken pictures. So if I send you this voucher, you have to be in the UK. I don't know. I mean, like, I don't know, because you can order for delivery. They can ship it to you free of charge. I just don't know if they ship internationally. But it would be better if you have it in the UK. Just take the picture and show me where you drink and say, Maiyegun, I want how they drink. So anyway, I'll be back. Don't go anywhere. Like the video, share it. And when I get back, I'll take calls. Just maybe 2-3 calls, okay? And we can call it a night. Don't go anywhere without liking the video. I'll be back. So my intermittent, sorry everyone, by the way, it took me longer than usual to make my tea. So my music finished in between. Well, thank you for waiting. Hello there.
Hey, hello, Maiyegun.
Oh, Ahmed, thank you so much for waiting there. Nice one.
Yeah, Baba.
Well, Baba, I'm here. Meanwhile, there's actually something I should have done before I get you connected back. You are going to give me just 1 minute, just 1 minute again, Ahmed. Stay there, okay? Guys, I'll be back in a minute. It's so important I do this before we continue, or else we're going to be interrupted. Don't go anywhere.
Oh, you do I fall. Oh, Mary, Mama Daora, Ulapuri Mary Nandi, win the war. Python dance 1, Python dance 2, now Python dance 3. Ulapuri Mary Nandi, win the war. Python dance 1, Python dance 2.
Thank you. I had to do that quickly. So, Ahmed, you there?
Yeah, Maiyegun Baba, deal.
Thank you so much. Yeah, nice one, Baba. So, how are you?
Baba, I do. Wow. Sure.
Well, thanks for joining us again.
Well, so I do just day
for that place, afternoon.
We did like 5 times.
I know. Anyway, you've been listening to me all night. I mean, let me say all day. So, where would you love to comment?
I think I came into the broadcast like 30 minutes after later.
Oh, you came in when I was throwing banters. I was busy doing banters. Oh.
Well.
You missed it from the beginning, but fair enough.
Well, you see the Tinubu matter where you talk. When I was reading about this stuff online, I just went like here in the United States. I don't know how everywhere it is. Like
everywhere
someone has, if you have cases and stuff, there are sites you can go. If you know the person's name, you can put the name, make some search,
Like
you can do your research.
I know.
Yeah, I was on it,
put it in and search.
Yeah, I was on it and I did try to see. But I never do anything on top of them. I did do something anytime I just leave them. I won't go see, make myself go do my own dig out because
at least now
they say in every rumor there is an element of truth in it. So if you know they do waiting, people they talk saying no way all these things will be full up.
That's why I'm telling people that he did it, but they are trying to make it look like, well, it's a long time ago. In fact, the whole story is not clear. Let us forget about that.
Kiniko clear. Wait, Kiniko clear. Kiniko, waiting no clear.
Excuses now.
How the man take making money? Up till now, nobody fit defend them. Anybody will come. So ban sorrow, Etima will pay actually low sorrow. Because don't know say this one for new color. Ele got to Magellan. The Tinubu himself making command, making contact. He knows it all.
You get, Baba. If now America, Ahmed, if now America, something like this happen, you know that candidate, right, will be on TV himself right now talking.
Of course.
Explaining things like, listen, this is what happened. And his own different media team, they will be busy on different platforms right now defending him, explaining things. Right? Trying to find anything, and by now they'll be running a poll to know how much of this thing has hit them. But in Nigeria, they hit them. This one said go make them popular. They say, it must be Escobar. It must be brainy to have that kind of you know that what I mean. In Nigeria, they worship criminals. Then they want God to give them a good country.
This same Aolori groups that all these mad people are defending. I want same people tell my father Today I was talking to one of my guys. He's in Nigeria this afternoon. So he's in the military. So I'm a Fulani. Do you know that? I'll tell you one thing about the guy. The guy now has been in the military for like he's been in the military for like going to 20 years. 21, you know what I mean?
20 years.
And going to it should be like
going to 20 years.
He was in the military. No. He's the other rank because he was in the military even before I even graduated. In senior me like that kind 3-4 years. But in na depot in go join all those ones they will go do 3 months, 6 months. Na depot in follow join. Right. So this guy. Originally, this guy is from in Papa, na from Niger. Amantu woni buzu lamantu. In Papa na from Niger, but today, if this guy dey talk, Olen go do.
He go be general. He go if could happen. If he be state administrator somewhere.
Baba, he gets one certain time when they say this. He gets one certain time when they say this guy stay house for a whole close to 4 years. He no day unit, but salary and wale steady
regularly.
And reason be say, he put one reason say in leg he just give good.
Like medical.
So the officer where they help and cover up. Now, when the officer leaving unit, now he go back to unit. The officer give him any promotion body now in the look for in staff sergeant, suppose not even have hanging staff sergeant, but some delay come now. So some kind I want to for proper, and most of people will just look at it normal Nigeria
or waiting
and Nigeria we did now. That's na Nigeria we did. That Nigeria we did level with people go buy everything there. This stage see everybody in complaint. And this is the same thing the mad people that are your politicians are using. Nigeria, anything we do.
This is not America, Charade. They don't go understand. That thing cannot work here, Baba. And you say, why?
And someone will say,
that idea cannot work
here. Someone will say,
why?
Exactly, my good. Someone will say, you cannot compare America with Nigeria. I say, wow, calm down. The America where you say me, I know you compare with Nigeria. Not the people they live for the America. You say, but you know, see their own development things. They don't build themselves. We say with the tribe money, I go with share. You which build they build. Then they build where they steal. You bring block. You won't build house. You can't drop block. Some people can't steal part of the block. You bring another set. Some people, which day you think say you go build that house finish? They steal block. They steal cement. Which day you think say you won't build that house finish? When you start saying that they waiting that they build for that country. So people who won't build, they steal. And now they see these people, they steal, and now still same people go come, and I go open road for them. All of my waju line,
when they ask God to punish somebody like you,
they
will not ask God to punish you for telling them that their leaders are thieves. And they will be waiting that for God to say, okay, I don't punish Ahmed, you no go shop tonight.
Maiyegun,
thank God, thank you, God, for punishing him for us. Even
I tell some of them and say, see, I see Maiyegun, I say, guys, look, you see all those man will be there, I respect that time. Now, if I venture see any of them, I will still respect them. But the moment they talk, waiting they talk that time, where we did Nigeria, where they talk on.
There's something I learned when I was growing up, right? That thing, I don't know why Yorubas does that, okay? I don't know why we do that, okay? See, so we're there in a room, right? Nobody's talking. Up, down, close, front, back. Say, yeah, good, yes. Then somebody will say something. And Yorubas, they will just be like, Ewa, sorry, and suddenly, everywhere go just quiet. They go say, who be the way to say, Nami talk. And there's something when they say, sorry, it's me. Shey you get, you got to say, and then when you turn around and say, it was sorrow. Sometimes like you say, okay, you let sorrow. I say, I'm actually sorrow. What you sing, but you better keep so that you will make people like us to continue to see you as an elderly person who get sense. So when you open your mouth like that, you just destroy the doubt.
Maiyegun, you see what thing you talk when you talk, you don't get respect for person with it. Me, that thing don't come in my blood. Ever since I came down here, that I started seeing some things that were not right, that they made us believe that it's right. Multiple, I never allowed that because I be person to say,
waiting with the talk, waiting with the talk. Which one bring any respect in here? Straight in you, Baba, would you all now waiting that it is called Ahmed. It is called manipulative
manipulation.
You get Ahmed.
Yeah.
Should it see in your bag? Nígbà tí àwa ń dàgbà rò pé nǹkan tó dáa ni tó máa sọ pé kò sí nǹkan tó ń fi àgbàlagbà ṣe wọ́n máa fi ń rẹ́ ọmọdé jẹ náà ni, which means àgbàlagbà ò kí ń wrong. Even talk like about JP or Modino Manico apologize. You see that thing, eh? It was deliberate.
Apologize.
It was deliberate. Useless people.
Yes.
Useless people hide under that. And say, hey,
yes.
ma bumio. Don't abuse me. I mean, don't you have elders at home? I been shiri. I been shiri. You know what I mean? Now manipulative true. Now normal thing for Yoruba land. I don't know other people, but now normal thing. Now when people have nothing to defend their madness, they will say,
they will quickly put in that.
Don't you have home training?
There is this guy. They call him Mufti Meng. Maybe you don't ever hear that one preacher like that. That guy, you see same thing when they talk, Maiyegun. That guy, if they talk and say, even in Islam, they will tell you, forget it. A man can be so as old as anything, but he doesn't understand or he doesn't know what the younger one knows. And the younger one can still teach him. You should not be too arrogant to learn from them.
Ahmed, some of them are Olori Buruku. So I'll tell you why I said that, okay? You see, thank God I did Yoruba literature. I was the best student, Yoruba literature, Yoruba language, all my sets when I was in secondary school. I'm saying this and I keep saying it everywhere. I was the best. And I wasn't just the best for just understanding it. I honed it. It was like a culture, something that I studied and I actually like. You know why they said that? Because they needed everybody's contribution. They believed that every human being in Yoruba culture, we believe that every soul is a messenger. And everybody will deliver that message only if you listen to them. Whether it's a young person or old person, rich or poor, educated or illiterate, in our society, right? We believe that it is your own, your own brain, my own brain, this one's brain. That is got off to feel just see baba. But today, when you talk, they say, you will like, I like to be weary. Thomas to Jagba shiri ni. Respect.
Maiyegun, and you see this same thing. Oti Jackie, some people in my family, they now see me. They now see me. Some of them that they don't understand. My own parents, they understand. They now see me like, oh, benefit, only the ragashi to rule, we are but mama so fun pe ewa up till now, mo ṣe hustle, and in my hustle ni titi to my as long as you are paying bills, you are doing that, you are trying to maintain, you are still hustling until you live this life. Forget it. Until you live this life. So,
Ahmed, what I want you to say is that, Ahmed, I realize when you are talking about something important and somebody who is older than you doesn't have anything to back whatever he wants to say anymore, he considered using those lines to subdue you. Because culturally, he will say, I'm older than you now. Are you saying you are more intelligent than me? Yes, I'm intelligent than you. That you are older than me doesn't mean that you have any intelligence. Now, that's something that every individual should be able to say. Sure, you should be able to say it.
Even tell them. Even tell them. Money, ewa, every ìgbésí ayé tẹ̀ ní Nàìjíríà tó ń jẹ́ kẹ́ máa rí bẹ́ẹ̀ ni pé normal ni. Èmi sọ fún yín tèmi ń gbé níbi tí òun ṣe Nàìjíríà pé ìgbésí ayé yẹn ò normal. Ṣé ìyẹn ni mo fi rin yín fún ni àbí ẹ̀wọ̀ wèrè ni àbí ẹ̀yà wèrè ni?
Ṣé bó bá wa láyé ní ìgbà yẹn ń kọ́?
Ẹ̀yin náà tilẹ̀ máa padà wá tẹ máa bẹ̀bẹ̀ owó. Ẹ̀yin yìí náà lè máa rán àwọn èèyàn sí mi pé kó náwó sí wa akẹ́ máa bẹ̀bẹ̀. But tí n bá sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ máa wò pé ọ̀rọ̀ ọmọdé ẹ̀yà wèrè ọmọdé lẹ́ẹ̀lẹ́ ti rówó ná ní Nàìjíríà àbí wèrè ń ṣe yín ni. It's just some people who say, Maiyegun, I don't disrespect them. And my parents, they're like, Kasha money, every minimum she wa yi. Tí mo wà ní Nàìjíríà, tí mo fi ṣe gbogbo nǹkan tí mo ṣe. Anybody ò rí nǹkan kan ṣe fún mi.
I will later have to agree with you. I'm going to let you go. Okay, let me take this other one.
No,
nice one.
No,
That's a quite one. Sorry, guys, that Maiyegun take another. No. Sometimes I just let the conversation flow, especially if it's making sense. We just learn from every bit of it. It doesn't mean that we have to take every call. I have another person on the line. This time I have a UK caller. Okay. Hello there.
Hello, Maiyegun Baba.
Yima, is that you?
Mini Baba.
Yima, show me wine because me na Jack Daniel had a drink, yeah. But if I get voucher or anybody where I give, go tell me say he use and buy wine where you drink. If you share it with the missus, you go make me smile. Now if say you drink on my behalf, so you drink wine.
Baba, as I speak to you right now, I drink my Caso Diablo.
See, I want to go lawa, so why no go help? So how you doing, Yuma?
Nah. I'll be fine, Baba. I'll be fine,
So yeah, you are live. Everybody can hear you. Now, woman supposed to get the wine thing. You just do this second.
No. Me and they even save them for the next person caller because Baba get storage of wine. My woman now wine person, so I get wine for house 247.
God bless you, Baba. So Yuma, everybody can hear you loud and clear.
Baba, I just called to ask Otom, say what and who is he apologizing to? For what? You see the reason why I'm very skeptical. You see the reason why I'm very skeptical about politicians like Otom. When you are telling me that Fulanis are killing you, and then you say it online, and then you go to Fulani's man's house. Ahmed Baba, that's how she go. And then you
all Fulanis in Africa see themselves as Nigerians. He said it. There's a video. You know that?
Yeah, I've seen it.
That,
and then you now come
orientate Nigerians on how to welcome all these Fulanis from everywhere because they see themselves as Nigerians. So
who is Otom apologizing to? Is he apologizing to Atiku, the one that he said that anybody that is supporting Atiku is an enemy of T people? Yes. I don't get this politician. I'm very, very skeptical.
You know, they say
I'm very, very skeptical about supporting them.
Yuma, they said that there is no permanent enemies, there's no permanent friends in Nigerian politics, only permanent interest. But you remember we've asked them all this way, and we said, okay, whose interest is that interest that is only in this option? Your interest or the interest of your politicians?
No.
Well, as we see,
it can be now.
You know the answer. Not be your interest.
It can't be the interest of our people now. Is it not the same? Is it not the same people that are lying down in the hospital who attacked them or who cut their hands, who plugged their eyes? Tell me now, who did it? So why who say the same Otom is the same person that was saying that you can't undress me in public and then dress me in the house.
Well,
now you've undressed yourself in the public, Abi, apologizing to for what?
Yeah.
Why are some of these people so chicken-hearted?
That's why I said people who listen to them and believe in them strongly to the point that they want to defend them are those who are setting themselves up. I swear, see, as I be, the only people where I no get art for, now they Nigerian politicians. I know they've cash feelings for them. You get that, Sometimes they sound funny to me. Sometimes they sound tricky to me. They sound differently to me, but same. Sure you get. And that is why I react differently to their videos. But now, to have empathy, feeling for them, Papa, I don't get too many. Nigeria don't train me of my empathy. The little I don't build for UK, I don't feel share them with Nigerian politicians for God's sake.
No. I am very skeptical about them. Me personally, I'm very skeptical about what they do because you cannot tell me that your people are being killed by certain people. You come out, we watched you on TV, say what you said. Now you're giving us, say what excuse did you say? Is it logical?
No, it was misquoted.
Logical misquotation, you know? Oh man, these people are shameless.
Yuma is Tiffy, right? He's from Tiffland. And Yuma is one of those, I mean, came from an ethnic nationality in Benue that have actually paid so much to this Fulani terrorism in Benue. Like when you're counting bodies, right? And TVs are not cowards. They are warriors.
No.
You know what I mean? Nigeria.
Otom might be a coward, but not all of us are cowards.
Well,
Otom might be a coward to apologize to the Fulani, but not all of us will apologize to the Fulani until the Fulani give us reason why they are killing our people on our land. Then we will know what to say. But if Otom apologizes to the Fulani, it's Otom that has apologized to the Fulani. The three people have not apologized, have no apology to render to anybody. You are killing us and we should apologize to you. Who be Mumu?
Say you are offended because I said Fulani killing us. As it to say you have no idea of what we are talking about. As like
so who is doing the killing?
Come on.
Oh, Baba. I beg, make I know to take your time. I beg. Then share the wine me.
The wine us now. Share you get. But it is well. We'll go see. Make I take this one. Luckily, I have another caller from the UK. I hope I get a lady voice. I think it's Prince Jejeman. Oh, is that you? Hello.
Yes, Baba. Prince Jejeman.
I got to know, Prince. You are still holding that condo. Yes. Remember the last time I thought it was a cutlass? So I bent over and I saw that condo. I'm like, well, I didn't see the face, but you're the only one with condo. How are you?
Fine, Baba. You. Baba, with the whole condo now because
no, now
we're watch our back.
About in London, no. Maybe you know go jam Bukwari, like you said, if with the master we are in one supermarket. Come the nakam, Baba, but you know go pure. I hope not.
No. They used to follow the thing, you know?
Of course now. I mean, even if we will do that one, we will still tell her, say, I want to show you something. Sir, I want to show you something God sent me to you. Can we go to the back of the storage? I want to show you something. Just
totally neck there.
You go do am inside where the you go on steaming, go the back, you go show up.
Come on, I went to CCTV there.
I like that you go use. Because you know one key person.
That's all, Baba.
The Prince, you are live, by the way.
Baba, thank you. You see, you might we just finished talking about autumn. You see all these politicians for Nigeria. No only God will help them because heaven.
Oh,
I don't know whether
Prince Jejeman never spoke for 2 minutes. He don't bring God into it. Say, may God just help them. I say, you say, you know, get solution to help them. So, you just have to push it to somebody.
No.
Right.
No. I don't think they go heaven. They don't go make hellfire self. They reject themselves. I don't know whether another fire where they go into. You know. So Baba, you see what happen. You know, Wike will be friends to Autumn. You know, say man, they cannot be praise them the time where they behave in the art, man, they can't say a human being. You know, the thing where they come promise and presidency, and in France, Tamboa, promise and presidency. So now the next thing we do to assure them, say, they are in there with them. Now to go into Obigo. Obigo begin they kill him brother. You know, people where they kill Obigo. Now thousands and they kill.
I tell you.
You know. So the day of judgment is coming for him. You see, so now the same kind of pattern, now so some way you see so. They no get one mouth. You see all these politicians for Nigeria, don't follow them for back.
That's what I'm saying.
You know, because
like, see me.
They are not human beings.
Make I wake up tomorrow now. Come say, I am so happy. You see, Maiyegun, why are you happy? Because Wike and Amechi, they don't settle. Because Akala and Ladoja, they don't settle. Oh, because Tinubu and Afenifere, they don't settle. Omo, she mental. She you get? It's like playing into the hand of the same characters who will deal with you. Why?
All of them are devil, Baba. All of them are devil. You see? Baba, secondly, you see the other day where you show Baba for us, Baba the boy, you say God no talk to us.
Baba no the people again.
If I be God, I don't go talk to anybody for Nigeria.
Me too.
Yeah. If I be God, I don't go talk to anybody now. Because Nigeria, they know they
you know, if I be God, if I be God, I feel just go into the phone book, right? And just all these people where they destroy Nigeria, where they keep people hostage, but they don't reach 10,000 though. Sure you get. I will just go the iPad as God, I could just go my iPad as God and say, Papa, select, highlight all the 10,000 of them. I could just direct them, make them go, make them waka for Nigeria, enter River Jordan. They go see things that they waka. Now so they go just enter there. You know, go see them again. And everybody go just say, we don't see our governors, so we don't see all the House of Assembly people. Then just waka, they no carry cow. They left Nigeria. Now Nigeria probably left so. You go see. If I was God, though, but thank God thank God me and you know be God.
You see, Maiyegun general. They say judgment go start for house of God.
I read that.
They hear me too. Judgment now for house of God it go start. You know, say without the way they show that clip, you say, Baba Gio say, anybody will call me, not to pray. It's up to God to answer. You get me too. No be everybody will come meet Jesus. Jesus pray for. I think they hear me because when Jesus went to went to the temple, there are some people will come pray, will come ask for a prayer. Now Cain, now they receive.
Wow.
Now Cain, all of them, because they join their prayer with merchandise. Jesus take Cain, flog every one of them, come out for road.
No wonder.
Are you getting me?
When I was growing up, there was this old man. Sometimes, childhood experience no they live person. Because what you just talk right now, that not be everybody will come to Jesus in they pray for, lay hands on and all of that. Some na kuboko they collect, sabi. So when I was growing up, there was this old man, not old man, middle-aged man like that when I was growing in my area, right? And he would say, Kojufo KTD, Kalafia Shatiwa. That is in English, for somebody to be blind, to be deaf, maybe dumb as well, like right? As long as they are healthy. What is healthy in being blind, deaf, dumb at the same time? Now he said he had it. You say, Ewa emi onsolori of it's only Jesus that is actually sure you. If I do any good for you, you go pay me. Now only Jesus they do worry of hell. Now they go everywhere, they do actually show you. So now when you determine say, not even come to Jesus, they collect any place, some they collect Cain. It just brought that memory. It just gave me that. Hey.
Some na cost now that they collect. You see, Baba, make I tell you, see all the pastors for Nigeria. They know say this PVC no be problem, no be go solve the problem of Nigeria.
They do know.
But they know say if they begin to tell their people say come to the protest. That means the service of Monday from Monday to Sunday, when they do, where we say the people will come pay tithe, pay offering. Those offering no gonna come as it's supposed to come. Are you getting me? So nine make
switch up the pay offering. But I forget they affect everybody now.
You see, so everybody just they deceive themselves. When you deceive yourself, where you know say you not only restructure and 9 piece of your problem, they go they do voting every year, every 4 years you vote for they even vote for ghosts. Now ghosts they rule Nigeria now, not human being as president. You see? Now they deceive themselves. Now how God go talk?
I've been with you several times. I've been with you several times in London. Okay. And in all of that time, except the time that we shared, I don't know if we shared that because you got us Alomo. Is it Alomo or something? I can't remember, right? I don't know if we drank it, but I remember you getting me my Jack Daniels like regular. Like, Maiyegun, what do you drink? I'll get you this or that, right? I have never seen you sat together with us to drink. Somebody said, Maiyegun, why didn't you offer Prince the wine? You know, like his Prince. What do you think about my wine voucher? You can order this and get the missus, right?
Baba, I appreciate it, but make you give another person. Don't say we will be members.
Now rich people did this MaiyegunsDiary Politico now. Why all of them they proud like this, eh? You come like all of them proud.
Don't be proud, Baba.
You know, be proud, Abby.
Don't be proud. Don't be proud, Baba.
Thank you.
We really
very much.
appreciate you.
I'll leave you be the third person who rejected my voucher. Something will be safe. If I post up for my Facebook now, you go see somebody with the Ajangbadi or Urun Shoki. You go that website, you go order them. You go put Ajangbadi delivery address for Lagos. Conquer the tracker. 75 pounds. Oh, I'll leave you to it. The Prince, you have a good one. So I've got rich guys on MaiyegunsDiary Politico, and I'm going to call it a night just now. However, I think I have my man in tonight. Is that Larry?
Yes, sir.
Now, Larry, you are just here to do your affair. Okay?
Okay.
Please, don't take us through the route where we're going to be here all night again. So, Baba, if you can manage 2 minutes.
I know go carry you go where you know where you don't know. No worry.
Okay. How are you?
I did, Daddy, Baba. How you doing now? Hi, everybody, my people. I hail on now.
Larry.
Yes, sir.
Baba, we are here.
Thanks for honoring me, man, for picking my call, man.
God bless you. I mean, thanks for even being part of this, Baba, as usual.
Yes, now. I like, all this one now. So bad down my guy. So bad down my guy. So go, yeah. So bad down my wife. Kilo, I'm a body phone.
So you get
what's your one
again? Larry, yellow say Baba, size you want Leo. Kini age
size one le.
Say o mo kwa agbalagba Baba, even agbalagba size yin wa nle kò ní strong.
Baba, ẹ̀yin de ti ṣayé tẹ́ wá fẹ́ jayé kí ló ṣe yín náà. Wọ́n fẹ́ ti ṣe àwọn boys ní ti ṣe gbòòrò. Ọ̀tọ́m sáré yóò padà ni wọ́n sọ wọ́n pé Kẹ́tíkò àlàyé sáré yóò padà ni o. Ó ní èmi kan mo sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ ó ní.
Wọ́n jẹ́ kó yé náà pé ṣé pé immunity ló ń jẹ́ kó máa ṣe wo ètò ìṣe yìí. Oh yeah. Immunity àtàwọn táwọn èèyàn máa pa ni. A máa ti deal pẹ̀lú ẹ o kò le rárá. Mi yẹ ti àlà lásán lè arrest ẹ. Ká tó wá sọ pé any other person tó bá mean ẹ. Say you want that one after all this thing where you don't work for, all this thing where God don't bless you with, all these farms, all this money, everything. You won't blow them up because you won't fight for the poor, for Benue people. You they go for second time. Who you want to impress? Who you want to impress?
You won't go for Senate. You won't go for Senate.
Say you get it.
You
know.
So now yellow question we can put if you didn't do you didn't do.
Larry my father plan láti lọ
okay everybody to propose.
If he didn't do
everybody to propose. He didn't do. Wàá ṣe bàbá rẹ̀ bó ṣe wà yẹn ẹ wò gbọ́dọ̀ bí wọ́n máa sọ ní pé Oduduwa nation, Yoruba nation is the only way out for Yorubas. Biafra nation is the only way out for the Biafrans. And let the Arewas ọgbọ́mù ya wọn kọ́ lé àwọn Fúlàní yẹn lọ. Tọ́ bá jẹ́ fẹ́ máa bá wọn mú kókó kọ́ ìjọ máa bá wọn mú kókó wọn lọ kọ́ máa jẹ́ kò yẹ bọ̀ lọ́wọ́ títí wa. Ọwọ́ títí wa Yorùbá nation ní solution títí wa.
Bóyá ó kéré bóyá ó tóbi bóyá ó máa wọ ni.
Ọlọ́run mú gbọ́mù yẹ ẹni o.
Àbá wa mọ̀ dáa.
Confirm. Mother kan mọ ọmọ ẹ̀ náà. Ọmọdé mọ ọmọdé.
Mama.
And we don't tell them say God no create Nigeria. Ẹ má máa gbàdúrà on the name of Nigeria. Ẹ ti já wèrè ni. Na Yoruba God create. God create Igbo. God create Hausa. How are they mad? Why are they pray for Nigeria again? Now God create Nigeria.
Ask them.
Until Baba come become Baba no network, be no network. Gbogbo everybody ti propose, Simon me play yẹn, kí ma fi sign out.
Sì ní pé gbòòrò ti di propose, everybody ti propose. Yes.
Larry.
I see. Could you help? All right.
Larry, if they don't, there is another one, okay? Do you get it? If you don't get it, they should forget about it. Even if they don't get you, Larry.
You get it? Okay. If you don't get it, forget about it.
If you don't get it, forget about it.
That's it. Larry, final closing remark.
Remark. All right, my people, I beg you, when they blow po, make everybody come out to diplomacy. You know, follow anybody do this thing again. No, we're allowing bow. Also, do last one. We're allowing report here. Somebody say po, you can my like it is a power. Somebody say po, my Eyomo ya mi ya wonu go e lo fa won lo e fa won lepon ya yala ya won nígbà tá wa 50,000 tá bá ya wonu go Fulani ma kan ni confirm mo de ti sọ fún yín the Igbos and the Yorubas will come together. We will meet at that white point.
Yes. It's
did I say
of time. It's grooming.
Yeah, we're going to push. Yeah, we're going to push those motherfuckers down, man. We're going to push them down, man.
Thanks, man. And thanks so much for stopping by again. Okay, Baba. I appreciate this. And I'm going to see you some other time. Or hear from you some other time.
All right, my brother. Yeah. Princess. Yeah.
Yeah. See, anyway, that's fun. So thank you so much, everybody, for your time. My time is so gone, but we didn't start on time. So now we are over time. Whatever it is, if you're just joining us, take your time and watch this from the beginning, okay? Sometimes it's not so straightforward, that is not so persuasive as well. Sometimes it's so brutal and blunt. But in all, if you take your time and listen to me positively, neutrally, I don't know if you can, but if you can't, fine. But if you take your time to listen to Maiyegun, from what I have said and from what people have said as well, now you can make your own decision, right? Based on what you know and what I have said. If it helps, fine. But listen, you can't do something again and again and expect a different result. It's not going to happen. I mean, it's not going to happen. And you are never going to pray your way out of the mess they have created in Nigeria. You're not going to pray your way out of it. I mean, no insult. You're not going to pray your way out of it. You fight your way out of it. And fighting your way out of it means you have to do something different. What? Not an election. But if you do an election as you're planning, well, it's called renewal of the enslavement certificate. Depends on what you see it as, okay? But it's not good. I don't like us doing something again and again and expecting a different... Well, maybe you doing something again and again, you're not really expecting a different result as you. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe not. But you can never get anything better with what this Nigeria is. And it's not a sin. It's not your sins. It's not totally your making. This is the consequences of the actions of the criminals you've given opportunities to several times. And when you do that again, what do you expect? Something better? You wish. I'm going back with my £75 voucher. So hopefully somebody hasn't somebody's not going to crop this video and that place and cut it and use the voucher. See, come on. I've got rich guys here who are who got so much very, very rich ego. Rich boys, rich girls, rich women, rich men, and rich rich brethren of MaiyegundsDiary Politico. £75 for wine. That's too much of a hassle. Like, Maiyegun, I mean, give it to somebody else. And more understand. I know somebody's going to take this so that you can send me a picture and say, Maiyegun, see, finally. They delivered the wine. It was beautiful. And I'm just sharing it with you're going to make my day that day. Or maybe not. No, yes, you will make my day. Don't leave this broadcast without liking this video. And next time when we see, is going to be a different conversation entirely, but still same, asking you, let's go our separate ways. If you love Nigeria, how about we break it up to save our lives from the hands of these career businessmen you call leaders? Well, it doesn't matter. I'll see you some other time. Good night.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ la mọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun #1.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ la mọ̀ tó dòdòdò.